Hello everybody. It is Sunday, the 4th of August. I want to show you the Holy Grail. I want to show you the Book of Life and how to access it, how we do access it all the time. I want to show you the veil between the conscious and the subconscious. Right, just before I start, okay? I said in my video before that John St. Julian is the only New Ager I'm listening to. Apparently not. Wasn't quite aware of it, but I'm actually subscribed to another one, and they're doing my head in as well, just as good. New Agers are the continuation of Jesus. Make no mistake, they are. The beast changes its spots. It changes the words slightly. Yeah, it tells a new story, but in essence, it does not change. The essence of the story itself does not change. And it is the restriction of knowledge within ourselves. Yeah? So I've just heard your soul. Your soul is the right-hand side of your brain. Right. So this is the depiction of all, but you are just the right-hand side of your brain. What is the rest? Spare parts? Creator in its manifestation as spare parts, not really needed. I mean, this is on the level of the rational mind, the restriction in the rational mind. Jesus was obviously on the other end, the emotional knowing, restriction to just compassion on the emotional knowing. Yeah, and again, this is the only enlightened part. Everything is creator, but apparently the rest is evil. So that is the only, compassion is the only enlightened part. And you can drive this machine just on the energy of compassion. And what it actually did is it promptly self-destructed. Driven on only compassion, it's self-destructed. So, oops, maybe the rest weren't spare parts. Maybe they're supposed to do something to have life. Yeah? Maybe the right hand side of your right hemisphere of your brain is not all there is. I mean, obviously there isn't. There's more to you. I know they're not spare parts. You cannot say, I've solved the puzzle by declaring just one piece of the puzzle to be all. It doesn't work. You do not assemble this thing, and then if you have a whole heap of spare nuts and bolts lying there, you're saying, well, they weren't needed. Well, drive the thing. Drive it. Find out if they were actually needed. I think you will find that they were. They were there for a purpose. You just didn't see it. Anyway, but that's what it is. It is restricting ourselves, and it is denying the fullness of ourselves. Yeah? To just one part. And then declare that part to be all. And no, it doesn't work. Didn't work for Jesus. Won't work for us. Anyway. Okay, so let's get to the Holy Grail. The Book of Life. The Holy Grail is the cup, is the female, into which the male pours itself, really. So, and then the Holy Grail, the thing that you cannot see, and you're actually driven away from seeing that. The Holy Grail is your body, is the body. That is the female. And that is the Book of Life. It's written inside of you. I've just heard there's this new idea going on at the moment about our DNA. Again, we can see the function of our organs, of our parts in the physical. And yes, they do have a physical function. DNA is there to... it stores the information of proteins. Yeah, and the body reads the DNA and it starts producing proteins. And that is a physical function of it. There's a physical function of the heart in that it pumps blood around the body. But we are thinking it is the depiction of something more than that. So the DNA is the depiction of something more than that, not just the physical. So I've heard this new idea that actually you can store information, all sorts of information, on DNA. You can store books on DNA, download them into the DNA somehow. And then there you have the book of life, and that is the memory of lifetimes that is stored inside of the body. The memory of the knowledge of generations that is stored within you. And then how to access that information, and that is exactly what the gods are doing. They're reading the book of life. Actually, we are reading the book of life. We are mining the gold, the knowledge inside of us, and we're giving it to them. Yeah? Right. Now, and then the other way you can look at it is the division between the conscious, the experience of now. At the moment, you're actually writing a new chapter in that book. Yeah? You're adding to the book. And that is the ego, it is the experience of now. Yeah. And then the rest is history. Now, the one thing you should not do, absolutely should not do, and that is a hermetic principle, and that is as within, so without. Yeah? Now, what you should absolutely not do is go into the subconscious and rewrite what is in there. Even if you could, you shouldn't. Without, we already see what the rewriting of history does, the rewriting of facts. Yeah? It's not good. So, if you know that without, you shouldn't do it within. So you know you're not supposed to rewrite what is in there. They are facts grown out of experience, out of experienced life. And that is the highest knowledge. There's good and bad in there. Yeah? So, do, don't do. But they're all facts. So don't do away with them. In fact, I don't think you can. I mean, at the moment they're trying to, physically rewrite the DNA. I wonder if you can change in the physical what is actually there. I don't know. I suppose you can. Right, so we want to get at that. We want to have the knowledge. We do have the knowledge. We are given the knowledge. And here's the veil between the conscious and the subconscious. Yeah? And again, it's been described as like the veil is a barrier. It's not, it's a filter. The veil is a filter. It filters out, because God knows what's in there. Yeah? It's like going into a big, massive library, yeah? And the librarian comes to you and says, what are you looking for? And you say, knowledge. Yeah? You might be wanting to look for something a little bit more specific. Yeah? You want to build a garden shed. I said that so many times. You want to build a garden shed, you want knowledge about building garden sheds. In there's everything that will not serve you at that moment. So that is what the veil does. It restricts, it filters the knowledge that is coming out of the subconscious into the conscious, which is the experience of now. And then knowledge is being given to serve. So how to create the veil? what is the filter? And that is I am. That is the filter. And knowledge is being given to serve. So what you think you are is creating the filter. So you think I am the victim. And you know, subconscious doesn't judge. Doesn't judge you. Yeah, you insist on you being the victim, then it will give you knowledge that will serve I am the victim. Yeah? And that knowledge passes through the filter into the ego, into the experience of now, and you're running with that, and you are creating outcomes according to I am the victim. And here's then the question, what are you? What are you? That the knowledge should serve you. And that is really defining yourself. And we are really the only species that can take on different I ams, even in a lifetime. I am the mother. I am the father. I am, I don't know, a banker. I am a gardener. Whatever persona is the veil, knowledge will be given according to that. I am. And knowledge will be given to serve you. And I really think that is how we should read the Book of Life. We must restrict the light. We must restrict the knowledge to that which will serve. And then you are God. I am. And the knowledge will serve you. But as I said, we are mining the gold for the gods. Yeah, the will of God is the veil. So, and then it is really like that. If there's something out there that has got this idea, I want to have dominion over this world, and how do I do that? Yeah? And then you are reading the Book of Life for them by saying, I am the victim, and the knowledge that will be given to the victim, and then you give that knowledge to the gods, and then they know how to make you a victim. You gave them the knowledge to do that. So this is what we must change. We must change, what am I? And then we receive the knowledge of, well, not the victim. That is not a very good choice of persona. And do according to the knowledge that we receive. But here it is, and again, there's really all and nothing. If you say, I am nothing, that causes an absolute restriction in the flow of information. If the veil is, I am nothing, then nothing will be given. Because it must serve nothing. If you say, I am all, everything will be given. And then you fry. Yeah? Then you absolutely fry. And I think that is what has happened to a lot of our esteemed leaders, our mighty. They're frying. Information overload, they're absolutely frying. And they have lost what they are, what the purpose is, what do we do with this? They're all over the place. So again, either way, it will destroy you. Whether you're nothing or you're all, it will destroy you. Be something defined, receive information according to that, and it will serve life. The Book of Life is there to serve life. And I just want to say, you can describe this in so many different ways. It is the brain that you're describing this as biology. It is the flow of energy. It is electricity. So you're describing it like that. So I'm not a biologist. I'm not an electrician. I'm most certainly not a quantum physicist. I was always a storyteller. Always was. And that is a level on which we can all understand. And that is how we have, as a species, always given information to one another. We told each other a story that contained the knowledge. So you do not need specific knowledge then about how the brain functions, how electricity functions, what quantum forces are doing. Only work it on the level of the story. And it will work there as much as if you have, more detailed knowledge. Actually, to know it only as electricity, or to know it only on the level of biology, it's actually, again, a restriction of what you're looking at. Because all these things are contained. So work it on the level of story. There is a veil. The veil is the I am, what you think you are. According to that, the information will come out of the bottomless pit. There's the bottomless pit again. Star fell from heaven, and it had the key to the bottomless pit, and that is the key, I am. But it is really, the one thing they do not want you to look at. They will demonize. They will, you look at that, you will go to hell. It is evil, evil, evil. It is your lower nature. It is you should be an enlightened being. And they're driving you into exactly the opposite. They're driving you away from the light. So if they tell you, this physical thing is nothing, the body is nothing, then that is exactly what you should be looking at. Because it is the Holy Grail. It is the book of life. It is what you're actually looking for. Yeah? And if you are something that is a lot of pieces, and they tell you you're only one, again, they are driving you away from the truth. They're always driving you away from the truth of yourself. If there's something out there preaching to you, you're only compassion and the right-hand side of your brain. I mean, even the depiction of reality should show you you're more than that. And you're not just one truth and the rest are spare parts. They're not. They're not spare parts. They're there to serve, to create a functioning whole, and you will need all parts to function. Anyway, here, those are my thoughts for today. And I'm going to run with that. I'm not telling you stuff because I don't believe that is how it is. I think that is a possibility, that is a way of understanding it, and I'm going to run with it. What you want to do with it is, that's up to you. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.